What's going on?
Oh, just checking out the neighborhood.
Tony O'Dell, Jimmy. Tony O'Dell enjoyed a fairly fruitful career on TV prior to appearing as Cobra Kai member Jimmy in The Karate Kid. The actor enjoyed a recurring role as Alan on the 80s sitcom Head of the Class, and also chalked up appearances on shows like Airwolf and Kids Incorporated. O'Dell also showed up in a number of cult horror movies, most notably Evils of the Night and Killbots, better known under its more memorable title, Shopping Mall. He continues making the odd television walk-on to this day, including the reprisal of his role on Cobra Kai.
Sorry I'm late.
Jimmy.
Hey. Jenny and the kids send their love.
Ron Thomas, Bobby Brown.
I want him out of commission.
But Sensei, I can beat this guy. I don't want him beaten. But I'll be disqualified.
The actors who portrayed Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai classmates reprised their roles in The Karate Kid Part 2 and Cobra Kai, but not all of them made a lot of appearances in movies and TV after their brief flirtation with fame. Ron Thomas received his big break with The Karate Kid, but only appeared in a couple of movies afterwards. Thomas, like Tony O'Dell, worked on a horror movie, 1987's Night Screams, as well as a sex comedy titled The Big Bet. The actor also eventually became a real sensei.
So what is it you need to get done? What changes do you need to make? Who do you need to apologize to or forgive? What is it that's eating at your soul? You still have time.
Other notable appearances include the aforementioned Cobra Kai, as well as an episode of Tosh.0.
The guy who broke the Karate Kid's knee, Bobby Brown.
Boo! That crease got a new #1 student, only took him 25 years.
Randy Heller, Lucille LaRusso.
Honey, forget it. Hey, you were great. I couldn't be prouder.
Randy Heller already had a number of film and television credits prior to nabbing the role of Daniel's mom, Lucille LaRusso, on The Karate Kid. She had broken down barriers in the 1970s sitcom Soap, appearing as one of the medium's first lesbian characters. Heller also worked in the theater, performing in dramas and musicals to much critical acclaim.
It'll get better. She'll come around.
She continued to act after her 80s success, as well as doing tons of walk-on TV work, as well as securing a recurring role on Mad Men as Don Draper's secretary, Ida Blankenship.
It's a business of sadists and masochists, and you know which one you are.
Larry B. Scott, Jerry. Larry B. Scott may have only had a small role in The Karate Kid as Jerry, but it's highly likely that audiences watching in the 1980s knew the actor from another famous franchise, Revenge of the Nerds. Scott played a supremely memorable Lamar Luttrell in those films, but the actor was also very busy performing in many other productions throughout that decade and right to the modern day.
I love you all! I love you all! Thank you! Thank you!
Larry B. Scott may not have been a major character in The Karate Kid, but he was a huge presence for a generation of film fans. In addition to acting, he has worked as a director and producer as well. Rob Garrison, Tommy. Rob Garrison's emotional send-off on Cobra Kai sadly mirrored the real-life loss of the actor in 2019. However, the touching sequence proved to audiences just how powerful minor characters can be when their stories are treated with respect.
Freshman year, we were in the same homeroom, used to talk all the time. I was building up the courage to ask her out when someone else struck first.
Garrison was a steady and dependable TV man throughout his acting career, appearing on shows like MacGyver and St. Elsewhere. But the actor also showed up in some cult classics as well. Garrison was featured in the disco slasher Prom Night, as well as one of Johnny Lawrence's favorite films, Iron Eagle. He did some local theater after retiring from acting, but it was his return in Cobra Kai that served as a near-perfect coda for Rob Garrison's career.
Time for what?
Meet someone new. Change your life. Do what you want to do.
William Zabka, Johnny Lawrence. William Zabka never really stopped working after appearing as Johnny Lawrence in The Karate Kid. The actor spent his time learning martial arts in the wake of his big success and appeared in more martial arts-focused films in the 80s and 90s, such as the Shoot Fighter series. Zabka also appeared in comedies like National Lampoon's European Vacation and expanded his craft into the world of directing and producing. Cobra Kai may have increased William Zabka's profile in the modern day, but the man has been a fixture on movies and TV shows, large and small, and this doesn't look to be changing anytime soon.
William Zabka!
Martin Kove, John Kreese.
And it's open season on him and you.
Martin Kove actually co-starred with William Zabka in one of the aforementioned Shoot Fighter films. But if you think that's the long and short of Kove's filmography, then think again. The man has chalked up over 200 credits on IMDb at the time of this writing, with Kove's work dating all the way back to the 1970s.
You're out of gas, you idiot.
Out of gas?
He's appeared on nearly every television show you can think of and has shown up in everything from exploitation horror like The Last House on the Left, blockbusters like Rambo First Blood Part 2, and cult classics like Death Race 2000. Kove has also done soap opera work, A-flick work, B-movie work. The man just likes to work, and it shows.
Thought you were dead. You ain't the only one, kid. I've been away a long, long time.
Elizabeth Shue, Allie Mills.
So how do you like the valley so far?
Well, it hasn't been dull.
Was Newark dull?
How'd you know I was from Newark?
I asked.
Elizabeth Shue is perhaps one of the most successful alumni from The Karate Kid, having not only enjoyed a fruitful career in the 80s, but having parlayed that success into major award nominations and critical acclaim. Specifically, it was her dramatic turn in Leaving Las Vegas alongside Nicolas Cage that earned Shue attention from the Oscars and Golden Globes. But she didn't stop there. She balanced genre fare like The Boys and CSI Crime Scene Investigation with comedic work on Netflix's On the Verge.
So I guess Snow's a whiteout.
Oh, and did we mention she was in Back to the Future Part 2 and Adventures in Babysitting as well? Elizabeth Shue has enjoyed one hell of a career.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you. So do you. God, when was the last time we saw each other?
You think it was senior year?
Senior year.
Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi.
Wipe your mind clean, everything but tree. Nothing exists, whole world, only tree.
Pat Morita may not have enjoyed the sort of crossover success in the films that some of his other Karate Kid co-stars did, but the actor more than made up for this by being an absolute TV mainstay. Morita was already well known to audiences prior to introducing Mr. Miyagi to the world, thanks to well-regarded work on Happy Days and MASH.
Corporal, sir? Have a nurse wake me. A little at a time.
Morita would reprise caricatures of his Miyagi character in various commercials, and he also did voice acting work for films like Mulan. But the man unfortunately battled alcoholism throughout his life. It was the disease which would ultimately contribute to his death in 2005 from kidney failure.
You're the best friend I ever had.
You pretty okay too.
Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso.
What am I gonna do, moan and groan?
Anybody else would.
Yeah, who'd listen anyway?
Me.
Oh, really?
Ralph Macchio may have broken through into the mainstream with The Karate Kid, but the writing was already on the wall back in the early 80s, thanks to another memorable Macchio performance in The Outsiders. The actor had another hit with My Cousin Vinny in 1992, and even played himself on the HBO series Entourage, being unafraid to comment on his Karate Kid legacy.
You know, when it comes to the mansion, it's every man for himself.
Yeah, but you said you're done with all that.
I lied. I'm going tonight.
I ought to kick your ass.
You ought to try.
More recently, Macchio appeared on another HBO series, The Deuce, but it's been Cobra Kai that perhaps evokes the warmest and fuzziest feelings inside Ralph Macchio's fans. After all, sometimes it's nice to come home again.
It's funny. When I was a kid, you seemed to always have all the answers, and I guess I thought when I got older I'd have it all figured out too.
Are you a fan of the franchise? Have you followed any of these actors' careers? Let us know in the comments.
I understand.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.